Welcome everyone. This is Mundan Rakman. Today we are going to see on error handling inside Go language. If you are coming from other languages such as Java and Python, you will be having try and catch or try and except block and so on. In most of the languages, you will be using try catch block. But whereas in Go language, we will have the different mechanism to handle the errors. So that's what we are going to see in this video. So let's jump into the video. Before understanding the errors, we will understand what are the types of errors that you are going to face in Go language. In general, you will be having two kinds of error. One is like the custom errors, which you are going to raise because of some business logic failures or some customized logic failures. Whereas unexpected error is the actual errors that you need to handle, whereas it is the real unexpected errors. Why? Because if you consider other languages, you will be having the errors, still it comes under the exception. So that means that even though it is a customized errors, it will be coming as the exception to you. But here Go language does not have that issue. Totally we have the custom errors totally differentiated and unexpected errors totally handled by the different mechanisms. Today we are going to see the custom errors. So that means that we are going to raise some errors and it is as per our customized logic or as per our business logic. You can handle the custom errors by using the error interface, or in simple words, you can understand like it is the error type of value. So today we are going to understand custom errors, and coming video we will be understanding about how to handle the unexpected errors using the panic, recover and defer keywords. Now as part of custom errors, we will understand how the function looks like. Generally my function call will be having some arguments and I will be calling the function. If you are going with already existing, let's say logic or functions, it will be having two return values. That means that one return value first will be having the actual result of your function, and second will be like a flag that will just tell you whether you have the error or not. So in case if it is nil, that means that you don't have any error, you can just start working with your result. If it is having some value or if it is having some, let's say error message inside your error type, that means that you have some error. So you need to handle that or you need to return from your function. So in simple words, you can see this if logic. So whenever you call some existing functions or the, let's say system level functions, you will be checking the error variable. If it is not null, that means that you have some errors. Then you will be having some error handling code or you will be having some display logs. Then you will be returning from your function. If it is not there, that means that if it is nil, there is no error. So you will continue with your result. But in case of if you are creating your own function, you want to just map this kind of functionalities, what you will be doing is something like you will be creating your function and you will be having your actual arguments. Then you will be having the return values, right? So the return value should be the actual result, whatever the result type that you can mention. And another return type should be the error. Here error is the predefined type inside the Go language. So you need to make use of that error type. So error type in the sense I am just referring here the error interface. So what in general you will do is like if any error happens as per your business logic, it can be lesser than or greater than some value, or if it is not in some range of thing, you will be checking those business logic and you will be returning that value, any value you can return. That means that if the business logic fails, you will return any value in the sense it is type of the result type. So you might be using some result return type, right? It may be a string or let's say integer. So you will be returning any value, it does not matter because you are returning some value based on your error. So whatever the value you are going to return the type as error, that should have the information about your business logic failure. So then what happens if you don't have any errors or if you don't have any failures of business, then you will be returning the result. Whatever the logic you are going to apply, you will apply those logics and you will be returning the result. And in case of error, you will be returning the nil. So the end user, whoever calling this function will be knowing there is no problem in the error variable because you are getting the nil and you will continue with the result, which we have seen just before here. But what about error? Error is nothing but the interface. So that means that it is the type of interface and it has only one method function, let's say the signature error, and it will be returning the value string. So you need to implement this error method in your, let's say the type struct, so that it will be the type of interface as well. In simple, it will be the error type of interface. Okay, I think we have understood so how we are going to handle the custom errors. So in general, if you are using existing functions, you will be having two return values, result and error, so that you will be checking the error variable. If it is nil, then you will continue. If it is not nil, there is some problem, you will handle that and you will return from the function. If you are creating the function just to have a same, let's say, signature kind of thing, you will be returning the result and you will be returning the error variable as well. It is type of interface. Then you will be having some logic. If the logic fails, then you will be returning the error value so that it will be known to the end user that there is something error in the failure. Okay, fine. So now we will go to the code and we will understand more how it actually works. So here, as usual, we are having some definitions. So Go does not provide any try and catch method to handle the errors. And instead, errors are written as a normal return value. Now we have seen error is the type. And error is the built-in type in Go and its zero value is nil. A nil error denotes success and non-nil error denotes failure. That's what we have so far discussed. Now we have some import statements. You will be knowing in later stage why are we needing this one. And after that, the main method. Here you can see built-in error example. So that means that somebody already implemented. So that means that the OS module from the Golang has implemented this open method. And however they have implemented with the error interface, so that means that it will return two values, which is nothing but the actual result and after that error variable. So now in this case, just you can see here, I have the sample text here. Yes, right. So I have the sample text. So if I try to open, so you will have the file handler and you will not have anything on the error variable. So it will be null. So in that case, if it is not nil, then only you are going to print the error. If it is having nil value, then you will be just printing the else block. So that means that valid file and memory address of the file you are going to display. Nevertheless, we are going to discuss the file operation in later stage. So now we will discuss on the following part. Now let's say this is the way you will handle. If it's the existing function, you don't need to worry. You are just going to capture two variables. One is the actual result and another one will be the error type. And next one will be the our customized code. So that means that we are going to create some method and we want to follow the same kind of signature. So here you can see the change caps. It's a simple method or function. You will get the input string and you will just convert into all into the caps case or title case. And it's going to return two values, string and the error. So here we are going to implement the error interface. So that's why we are using the type of error. Now you can see, since it's a type language, so you will be having only the string values. So the only invalid string value for our case is empty string. So that's what, whenever you are getting the empty string, then you are returning the empty string as it is, because we need to return that value should match the return type as well. So we are returning the empty, and after that we are going to return some value inside the error type. So you can go to the errors module. It will create the object, whatever the string you are going to give it here. For example, if I am just using the errors module.new and I am going to pass some string, this will generate one error type value. So that will be returned to your caller. Let's say if you don't have any problem with input, then you will be just converting those input. We have the strings module to convert the any string to the title case. So that will convert into title case. And obviously we are okay with our result. We are okay with our input. So we are returning nil to the error type. Now whoever calls here, if you come to the main function now, here you can see I'm just passing the empty string. So now you will be having some error value so that you will be just getting displayed the error. If you send some positive value, it will convert into the caps case and you will be returning nil to the error type. So obviously it will be coming to the result part else box. Then it will be displaying the result. Now we will see in both cases, we will first pass the positive scenario. For example, I will send all small letter here. And here you can see this is the valid sample text. The file is existing here. So we don't have any issues. If you run both cases now, both will not have any error. So you will be getting the nil values for both error cases. Now if you run it, just save it. Now go to the terminal. Now you get inside. Now you can see valid file and memory address of file that has been given, the memory address location. And you can see here I have sent the small test, but here it is just converted into the uppercase. Now let's try with some random text here. So something random value for the open which does not exist here. And here you can see by sending the empty string. Now in that case, it will not be the error variable will not have the nil value. It will have something error message. So in case of existing methods, we need to go inside the open method and see how it has been implemented for the error message. But in our case, we have another method which we have implemented. So here you can see we are going to send one error value. So that will be having empty string is not allowed. This is the message. Now let's find. So we have given both negative values. I hope has been given. Okay, here negative value and here as well negative value. So save it one more time and run it. Here I can see open sample txt. So the file name has been given here and the message is no such file or directory. Whereas in our customized method, empty string is not allowed, which has been given by ourselves here. So this is the way you can handle the customized errors inside our functions. But however, we have other type of, let's say, errors, which is generally normally happening issues, which is not part of our business logic. That will be handled through your, let's say, panic, recover, and defer keywords. So that will be our next video. So I hope this is clears our how to handle the customers. So thanks all, thanks for watching and have a great day.